Hey folks, title of today's video, why is eczema itchy? Why does eczema itch? What is it about eczema that wants us to get our fingernails and just attack the area and just, what is that? Like when you search on YouTube and Google, it talks about eczema itching, but it doesn't actually talk about the mechanism of what's going on beneath the skin to create the itch. And this is really important to understand. It's really important to understand the mechanism of something. Otherwise, we're never going to take consistent action on it. I want to remind you that I'm not a medically trained professional on the subject of health or skin health. I'm simply a former sufferer of chronic eczema myself, and I know what works. I've put all these things into practice, I've tried them over the months and the years, and I take a very logical, analytical approach to healing this body. So with that being said, let's take a look at exactly what eczema is. Eczema is the physical widening of the pores of the skin. That's number one. It's the widening of the pores of the skin to allow toxins out. And number two is the associated inflammation that comes with this widening and that comes with the irritation and with any scratching that we do. So number one, it's the widening of the skin pores to allow toxins to escape. Number two, it is the associated inflammation that comes with this. When the key organs of the digestive system have become overtaxed, like the liver, the kidneys, etc., what happens is vicarious elimination. The body uses another organ, in this case the skin, which is a very big, large surface area, handy organ to pass out toxins. It uses that to vicariously eliminate, which basically just means use a different route to eliminate toxins from the body to get those toxins out. So the skin is a semi-permeable membrane, and so it's good at retaining certain fluids, certain substances, but letting out others. So when these pores have widened enough, the toxin arrives at the area, and a rub or a light scratch from the hand can be helpful at letting the toxin escape from the area. What I'm suggesting here is, maybe the scratch or rub is actually a natural thing, is actually part of the body's mechanism, a part of the detoxification mechanism of getting that toxin away from the body. A bit like when we cough, it's not a nice sensation to feel like we need to cough, but when we do it, it helps to expel the toxin from the area. So scratching can be a bit like that. I believe that there is something to be said from a light rub or a light scratch to help the toxin get away from the area. However, as most of us will know, we can overindulge in the act of scratching and rubbing and cause additional damage to the area. And we want to avoid this. Less scratching is best. But it is important to understand the mechanism and to work with it. We don't want to just take medical stuff, other remedies to avoid the scratching. We don't just want to block out that sensation. I think it's important for us to understand the sensation, understand what's going on, understand why it's happening. I don't know if you've ever had a massage, but when the toxins are free, you get that itching sensation when the toxins are free roaming before they eliminate. And it's important after a massage to drink some water and to try and pass out those toxins as quickly as possible. I see the same thing here. There's almost a euphoric sense of relief when we rub an area that's affected with eczema, right? Because we've helped to release the toxin from that area. Like I say though, less scratching is best, and if necessary, we do want to take action to reduce the amount of scratching that we're doing. That's a whole other video. I'm going to make another video about my recommendations on naturally reducing the amount of itching and scratching that we experience. But just know that a little bit of scratching, really a rub, it's a rub that we're talking about here. We don't want to get fingernails involved. Just a light rub of an area can be useful in eliminating the toxin away from the body. So indulge lightly in a controlled manner, in the same way that you would with dry brushing of really flaky skin. You just want to get that toxic skin away from the body, toxic debris away from the body using a light rub. That's it. But I believe it can be useful and beneficial for us to do.